Hey everyone, this is your broker Zach. So today I wanted to cover the new clause in the inspection section of the purchase and sale agreement for 2022. So that's this new checkbox that's available to us within the inspection period. So inspections, we scroll down here, it's this checkbox. So a great situation came up with one of our agents, and I thought it would be a great learning opportunity and teaching opportunity for everybody to kind of get more comfortable with this new clause. So the first situation I want to bring up is one, let's say this is how our contract is filled out and it's fully signed by everybody. So we have our wood destroying report, we put it excludes nothing, we have our buyer inspections. So we have 10 days after the binding agreement date to do all our inspections. And then we check this box, the new one. So buyer waives the option to request items to be repaired or replaced under D3 above, and there shall be no resolution period. Buyer retains the right to perform buyer's inspections, and you can timely furnish seller with a list of written objections and either cancel this agreement or accept the property as is. So here's the first situation, the first question I have for you guys to get you better and more comfortable with this clause. So first one, 10 days after the binding agreement date, we can do all our inspections. So let's go to our calendar. Let's say this right here, bound agreement date. This is our bound agreement date. So where's day 10 for us? So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is day 10 according to the contract. Well, let's say on the 27th, my buyer has indicated to me that they want to terminate the contract. Well, let's jump over here. So we're on here, we're at day 11. The buyer wants to terminate the contract, sends notice to the seller. And the seller says, it's day 11. You're past your inspection period. You don't get your earnest money back. So who's right in that? Is the inspection period over on the 27th of March? So let's go back. So the answer to that question is the buyer is still within their time frame. So although this is day 10, remember further down in our contract, if a performance deadline ends on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, it extends to the next following business day. So right here, line 429, in the event of a performance deadline other than the closing date, date of possession, completion of repair deadline, and offer expiration date, in the event of a performance deadline other than these things, if it occurs on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, the performance deadline shall extend to the next following business day. So although this was day 10, this was 10 days out from the bound agreement, it ends on a Saturday. So our inspection period can't end on a Saturday. It can't end on a Sunday. It gets pushed to Monday. So if my buyer notified the seller on the 27th that they're canceling, they are still following the terms of the contract and should be entitled to their earnest money being given back to them. So that's scenario number one. Scenario number two is, I'll go back to my whiteboard. With the new clause, does the seller have to repair termite damage? So I want you guys to think about that for a sec. Does the seller have to repair termite damage? Now, if we go to the new clause, let's go back up. Buyer waives the option to request items to be repaired or replaced under D3. Well, D3 is talking about our resolution period. So really, we have to go back up to our wood destroying insect infestation report section. And so what this section is saying is, if desired by buyer or required by buyer's lender, it shall be buyer's responsibility to obtain at buyer's expense a wood destroying insect infestation inspection report, which shall be made by a Tennessee licensed pest control operator. The inspection shall include each dwelling, garage, and other permanent structure on the property, excluding nothing. So nothing's excluded from this report for evidence of active infestation and or damage. Buyer shall cause such report to be delivered to seller simultaneously with any repairs requested. But this clause is saying buyer waives the option to request items to be repaired. So back to our question, does the seller have to repair termite damage? Our answer is no. However, if we keep reading the last two sentences of the wood destroying report, if the report indicates evidence of active infestation, seller agrees to treat the infestation at seller's expense and provide documentation of the treatment to buyer prior to closing. Requests for repair of damage, if any, should be addressed in the buyer's request for repairs. But remember, back to our clause, buyer waives the option to request items to be repaired. So the seller does not have to agree to repair termite damage. The only thing, if the buyer says, I will move forward with this contract, the only thing the seller is obligated to do is treat the home. So tint it, treat it, but they don't actually have to repair the damage. So that's a key difference now. We eliminated the resolution period with this new clause. However, just food for thought, this clause does not stop you from just asking the seller for a repair. So maybe you ask the seller, hey, the home is infested with termites. There's a bunch of damage. Do you guys mind taking care of that? And the sellers could be in a situation that they understand your viewpoint and they go ahead and agree to repair those. And you guys sign a repair amendment or make an amendment to the contract and you guys sign off that the seller agrees to repair the damages. So even though there's no resolution period, you guys can still ask for stuff. And worst case, they say no, and you're right back where you started. But best case, they agree to repair some of the things. So it doesn't hurt to ask. You can still ask. This clause is just saying the seller is not obligated to agree to any of those repairs at all. So food for thought. Hope that helps you guys out. Those are a couple different contract situations with the inspection and the new clause. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you guys next time.